this atheist was having a pleasant stroll through the forest with the birds twittering, the brooks bubbling and the trees rustling. And as he was walking along admiring God's beauty, or the beauty of creation, a big bear, brown bear, came out of the forest and began to chase him. So he ran as hard as he could. And as he looked back, he saw the bear closing in on him. Finally, he tripped over a root and fell. And the bear was poised over him with his right hand to strike him. And the atheist called out, "God, God, help me." And suddenly everything stopped. The brook stopped, the birds stopped, the trees stopped, and a white light shone on the atheist. And the voice said, "All your life you've ignored me. All your life you've said I don't exist. All your life you've tried to get others away from me. And now you call on me." The atheist said, "Well, yes, I know that I don't deserve your help. I know that, but could you please make the bear a Christian?" The guy said, "All right." So all life came back to the forest, and the bear just then put his two paws together, bowed his head and said, "Lord, for what I'm about to believe, please make me truly grateful." Really, today's gospel is not about fairness or union activity or who should get what. It's really about the largesse of God, who loves us all wherever we stand. I mean, and we're all different stages in our lives. Some like myself at the last bit, the 5 o'clock in the afternoon. But all of you young people are all there, early stages. But that's where you stand. And the big point is that God is loving you and He's generous to you. And He doesn't forsake anyone. That's the point He's trying to make. And He's generous in His love. And He always gives us, when you get up in the morning, you say, "Well, I've got another day. I'm not feeling very good. I don't want to face what's going to come." But God always gives you your sustenance for the day, your denarius, your pay. And He'll always see you through your day, no matter what happens. And I can tell you, I've been through that a few times lately. And if I didn't have that belief, and that He would empower me to do what I had to do and make a success of it, I wouldn't have got up in the morning. But you have to, because that's our life. And He'll see you through the daily task you have to do. And they're simple things. Just living your life, caring for people, and being loyal to Him. And that loyalty, it's Him that's brought us here today, as He always motivates us with His grace, giving us the sustenance. And He knows that we need the strength that comes from the Eucharist. He knows that He needs to come to deepen His presence in our lives, whatever that is. But always, people sometimes, I meet them in the hospital. They say, "Oh, Father," he said, I haven't done anything to do with God. I don't feel He's interested in me now. I've lost Him." And I said, "You may have moved away from Him, but He's always with you. So just receive this sacrament of forgiveness and just do your best to go back to church sometimes and say a odd prayer." And they do. And that's the distance. People feel distant from God, as if He's forgotten them. Like the poor chaps there in the marketplace at 5 o'clock. All day, no one has asked them to do anything. They're not getting enough money to feed their wives and children. They're standing there in the hot sun and scuffing the dust. And finally, they're told, "Go and work in the vineyard and you'll get your full pay." And they all get the same as the others. So it's not a matter of justice, it's a matter of love. It's a matter of generosity. It's a matter of God's care for us. And people, some people find they sort of don't get anywhere. I know a chap now who's he's an accountant. He's got a wife that's got a disabled arm. She's getting a few dollars teaching. He's got a son who needs who's special help, special needs, and he's been applying for jobs week after week, month after month, And he always gets to the last 3 or 2, but he never gets the job. And he's supported by a generous father-in-law. And he's just getting down and down and down, and no one wants him. And some people think that about God. He couldn't be bothered with me. I've been such a terrible person, or I've failed. But that's not true. He's always there for us, and that's the mystery of it all. And that man then, I'm so happy to say about a couple of weeks ago, did get a job, and now things are much better for him. But it's that atmosphere of not being wanted, not having a part to play, just there standing, waiting. And some people live like that, waiting for things to happen. But you and I, we've got to be impelled, I suppose, or motivated by God and his love. And that no matter what happens to us, he's there for us. And not everything's easy, as you know. Disappointments come, and you never know what's going to happen. I mean, poor Anthony Kidman just gets out of the aeroplane, goes to his hotel, tells his wife, I'm having it all as well. He puts on, he's going to go to the gym the next morning. He walks down to have his breakfast and has a cardiac arrest. And no one would have thought that. But we see it all the time in our friends. Some people get sick and they have a long sickness, but there's these sudden things that can shock us. And so it's always knowing that God is here for us, and he's always never leaves us, and he's part of our life, part of our heritage, part of who we are as members of God's household. And you're in the house, and he's with you. So we needn't give up. We just, like the people at 5 o'clock, just go out and do the job we can. And that's life.